Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday, what is it? I can't remember. 15th, Friday the 15th of June. Heading home 20 to 6. Let's get moving. And this week has been, it's been another bit of a hectic week, to be honest. Wait for this guy and run these guys over. Yeah, it's been all go, as per usual. But yeah, as work's been busy, I've roasted a heck of a lot of coffee. Obviously I roasted a load last Friday, which I believe I told you about. And on Monday I had to grind up 20 kilos. I think, well, more than 20 kilos actually. It was about 22 kilos of Peruvian coffee. Fortunately I was doing it in 5 kilo batches. We got the lovely big Topa grinder now. It'll munch through 5 kilos of roasted coffee beans in about 3 minutes, which is pretty damn quick for 5 kilos. Only thing was, it covered me. It covered me in like the chaffy parchment from the coffee. The little parchmenty bits sort of come off as it's being ground up, and they all sort of fly loose everywhere. And yes, it all came out at me as it was being ground into the bag, so I ended up all smothered in coffee. I was coffeefied. But got all that done, and then that went in the weighing dosing machine, set at 205 grams, so I could do 205 gram bags of the Peruvian coffee, which has been labelled up for this shop fitting company that are starting this roaster experience thing, which I'm going down to Crawley Monday afternoon and Tuesday doing this event with them, and just doing some demonstration roasting. So I've obviously done these retail, well, these little sample packs of the Peruvian coffee, taking green Peruvian down to roast on the day. And then Tuesday I had to roast another 20 kilos of espresso blend coffees for them. They wanted a traditional espresso machine espresso coffee and a bean to cup machine espresso coffee. So the bean to cup variation, the bean to cup had 4 different origins in it, and the traditional espresso had 3 origins. Obviously the traditional espresso can be darker and it'll going not quite oily but getting near oily, whereas the bean to cup one needs to be lighter, because bean to cup machines don't like oily coffee. It clogs all the grinder up. So it's stuck here. You may notice I'm going a different way. I'm stopping to drop my parcels off at a different store today, just for a change. So we're heading up out of Halifax via Boovetown in much the same way I come in normally. On a morning I always come in this route, but it's quicker to leave and go the other direction that I normally take. But I need to go to this shop today, so we're going this way. That's why. And you get a nice different view, bit of a variation for today. So yeah, I had all those coffees to roast on Tuesday, as well as putting the 1 kilo grinder into a crate that I had to build up around it once I got it in it, and then put all the coffee and sample packs and bits and pieces and other stuff to go down to this place. It left Tuesday. Hopefully it got there, well, I hope today, I think, but they've not actually said it has, but they haven't said it hasn't, so hopefully it got there. It might have arrived yesterday. It left Tuesday, I think, on an economy, which is up to 3 days, but it can be sooner. It just depends, really. Thanks, taxi. So that has been hectic, and I've been roasting again today because I needed more coffee. for orders, packed it and sent it out, and also I've pre-done, because Square Chapel obviously have their roasted coffee every week off me, and that's normally on a Tuesday, and I'm not going to be here Tuesday, so I've roasted their coffee in advance, so when they order it, it will be ready to be taken. So yes, much coffee roasting has been going on at the moment, and yeah, it's been pretty steady away at work. Obviously, new worker in his first full week with us. He hasn't run away screaming, so obviously he's getting on okay, and he's not overly taxed at the moment, but the difficulty is he's just trying to learn all the stuff, and it's not going to be a quick process to do that. So, but he seems to be getting on all right. I've got him kind of integrated into the checking our website to find products, because it's easy to search on them there, and he's also using the online store back-end management, so he's actually doing his own printing out of orders that come in and processing those, so that's good. That's a big help. And he's also doing all the Amazon orders for me, which was something I used to enter all that in, so he's doing that, and he's doing very well at that, so I'm pleased about that as well. Just all helping save me a bit of time, so I can do some more productive things than enter invoices. So yeah, that has been all good, and now just looking forward to, I don't know, a bit of a relaxing weekend, hopefully. So yeah, last weekend was a bit of a, didn't get up to a great deal. It's a bit troubling weekend, to be honest, as well. I was Sunday painting at my dad's Sunday. It was a funny thing, Safi Sarah off Steem It, and my kind of sort of bestest friend ever on Steem It, but we just get on really well, and we tend to help each other out on doing stuff on Steem It as well, and whatever else. And usually for on the Friday she'd been not feeling great and a bit tired, and the Saturday she'd not done a great deal at all, and in fact for her it was very early to sleep on the Saturday night, but she's, because she wasn't well, she was going to the doctors on the Sunday. I didn't hear anything all day Sunday, and then I was busy at my dad's painting the roof, the ceiling in his spare room, and then I just got down for a break, checked my phone, and I had a message off her. She was in hospital. That admitted her with double pneumonia, which is shocking. It's really, I mean, pneumonia is not good at the best of times, but double is just like really quite critically bad. So I was very, very concerned, to be honest, about her well-being, and but she's soldiered on, fortunately, and I'm pleased to say that she's back home and seems relatively, other than she's got a load of medication to take that she's going to take for weeks and weeks, but other than that, it seems okay again now. So, but it was quite a worry for me, to be honest, at the time. It was just, I don't know, I was taken aback and quite shocked, because so I've known my mum suffered a number of times with pneumonia because of her MS. It was kind of part and parcel, and some of that was brought on because the MS had affected her swallowing, so she didn't swallow properly and would sometimes end up with food going in her lungs, which then caused the problem of the infections of pneumonia. So I kind of knew how bad and nasty it was to have it, and a thoroughly unpleasant experience. So I'll let this guy go. So yeah, that was shocking, but I'm pleased you're better, Sarah, anyway. Yeah, if you watch this, I don't know if you watch the vlogs, to be honest, but like I say, I'm pleased you're better again, and hopefully back on fine form in a week's time or so on Steem It. I think still a little jaded at the moment, but like I say, she's back home at least, so that's the main thing, and seems none the worse. So that's been going on. Obviously, I'm also witnessing on Steem It, running a server specifically to run transactions of the blockchain and fill in on some block resolving every now and again. I'm progressing up to, well, the ladder of witnessing. Obviously, you get blocks to resolve and get a reward of a steam power, 1 steam power per block, based on how high you climb up the witness ranks. So the higher up the ranking you go, the more often you'll get the blocks. And all this is done, it's on a community-based thing, so you get voted for by the community, the people on Steem It, and the more votes you get, then the higher up you go on the ladder, as it were. The other thing is, while votes matter, what also matters is the amount of steam power that the voters have. So obviously the people with the biggest investments, the most money invested in it, they are the ones that will get you higher up. So it's all actually based on the amount of held steam power that people have. So like I say, I'm progressing pretty well as far as I'm concerned anyway, up the ladder. I mean, I've not done a huge amount of campaigning, mention it in my posts all the time, and I've been picking up new people this week, as it were, as well, that have sort of either just remembered or whatever else. I'm going to let this guy go. You better make it, well, I was going to say you can make it quick, but I was going to let him go. Yeah, you wouldn't want that beastie broadsiding your jag, would you? That'll make a mess. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I'm progressing up the way. I'm looking at the moment getting a block about every 80 hours. So you come out of one street and going down the next one. That's just bizarre, mate. Go on then, little car. Oh, I'm so nice. Really nice today again. Don't know what it is. I'm just in nice mood. So yeah, so about block every 80 hours at the moment, which is, it's all right. It's kind of, in a way, it's quite good because it gives me that bit of extra time to worry about the fact if something goes wrong on the server, because obviously it needs to be running when you're supposed to be getting a block or you'll miss one. Not that it should fall apart, really. Oh dear. But the problem is, I've not really got enough RAM for this particular server to cover the full blockchain. So it's running on borrowed swap files, some RAM compression, which is apparently, although I've not had a problem yet, is apparently a bit buggy, for want of a better term, and has a tendency to crash the whole SteamD process, which would be a bit awkward if it did that relatively around when I was due a block. Because the other problem is when the process crashes, or you stop it for maintenance, if you've got to reboot the server to do some updates or whatever else, it needs to replay the whole blockchain before it will start doing transactions again. And funnily enough, I got a block on Wednesday lunchtime, I think it was about lunchtime on Wednesday. So Wednesday night, I knew I had some updates to do, so I stopped it then, knowing that I'd got 80 odd hours to what was it, 80? Was it? I think I'm on 68. I worked out, maybe about 68 hours. Anyway, I knew on Wednesday I got loads of time till the next block, so it wasn't a worry. So yeah, I did some maintenance on the server and rebooted it to freshen everything up. And yeah, the replay took 10 hours. Now, it'd be quicker with more RAM, because what slows it down is obviously once it's getting towards the back end of replaying, it's run out of RAM and it's using swap file, and swap file obviously is to the SSD. Although the SSD is quick, it's not as quick as RAM, so the whole process slows the further through it gets. So the last 20% just takes forever. The first 80 is relatively quick, and then it just starts going slower and slower and slower. So yeah, I mean, that would be, if I had more RAM. 64 gigabytes is like now the kind of required amount, or preferred, should I say. Not required. It's not required because it's working fine. In fact, it was running 8 days perfectly fine prior to this reboot. And like I say, it was intended maintenance. Oh, shut up. So, so yeah, I'm hopeful it's going to keep running, because like at the moment, paying any more out for the amount of Steam power I'm earning for the effort is not really viable, as much as I want to support the Steam blockchain and whatever else. You know, you don't want to be spending a fortune on something, because some of the 64 gigabyte ones, I mean the main host that everyone uses, ridiculously expensive, to be honest, for the VPS servers to run it. So, but there's a lot of people doing it, so I think they're either very hopeful they're going to get near the top of the ranking, which I've got to admit, I'm less optimistic about that than, but who knows? Who knows, really? So it's all interesting stuff anyway, and generally my posts are just chewing along. I managed to do a vlog post last Saturday, which was good. Got that in the bag, and then Sunday I did the Sublime Sunday. Just some photographs at my dad's, to be honest, and a little bit, some odd bits on the drive back home from my dad's as well. So this is why I don't come this way too often on the way back, because it's really slow. But you're going to get a nice long vlog, that's for sure. I'd have been home by now if we'd gone the other way. And the worst thing is, I could have just gone the other way and then gone to this shop just by going past my house and then further up a bit, and it'd probably been quicker in the long run. But there you are, the things I do for you lot to give you a nice different view. Come some ridiculous way and get stuck in traffic forever and a day. So so yeah, Sublime Sunday post on Steem, that went down pretty well actually. It's quite a good post. And then I did a coffee post on Tuesday. Finally did one. In fact, that was the one I was told you about last week. I was going to do Friday night, but that just went out the window. I don't forget what happened last Friday night. Oh no, not a lot happened. They were playing out when I got home. In fact, I think you saw that everyone was out. So, and then I had to sit out, watch the boy, because he's not allowed out front unless we were keeping an eye on him. Because he's not that hot, and keeping an eye, even on our cul-de-sac, keeping an eye out for cars. So he needs reminding. Even though he's 8, he should be getting there now. But you know, kids are like, they're just not paying attention sometimes. So watched him till about 8. So that chewed a fair chunk of time up. I did do the vlog, Mr. Nellis, but and I uploaded it. But then when I came Saturday morning and looked, something had gone completely bonkers with it. Although Final Cut had everything perfect as I expected, all it uploaded was this, like, this bit, the bit from the iPhone. So there was no dash cam footage at all, and it was just this portraits in the middle of the screen iPhone footage. And it just uploaded that, and it was just sat there. So yeah, so I had to redo it, but I didn't have to because Final Cut had it all perfect. It was just like Final Cut just had some complete wobbler, and just not uploaded what I'd made. I couldn't understand it at all, but there you are. So I ended up having to upload the actual video on Saturday morning then. I did some other stuff, like I say, I did the vlog well, I think it's Saturday morning actually. I spent most of the time reading posts because I hadn't read hardly any posts, and in fact I've not read any. Again, so many people are using the Sublime Sunday tag now, and I'm not keeping up because I like to read all those posts and share them and upvote them. on Steem, and there's that many. I only started last night. I think I only got through about 5, and there's another 15 or so to go out. So obviously it's good that people are using that tag, Sublime Sunday, that I came up with. But yeah, I kind of hadn't realised it was going to snowball so much and create such a large amount of extra work for me to do. So I'm going to try and catch up with some more of those tonight and do this vlog. And I was going to do a witness update post on Steem, hopefully, and also incorporate into that reminder, because there's a big witness chat thing on the Steem It Ramble Discord server tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to reminder about that for people to head along and learn a bit more about that. So yeah, and then last night, of course, you'll know, because you'll have seen it already in my videos, I did another Sim Girl and Snoop's Bad Karaoke song, and it was terrible. Oh god. Really, it just doesn't work because I don't know the lyrics. So how are you supposed to sing a song that you don't know the lyrics to, and you've got no prompt? You know, you've got no words to go at. So you're just there like, I don't know the words. I'll just mumble along, as it were. So we're going to go behind this one. You know, you could just move up a bit, you little gimp. What we're going to do, because I'm hanging out a bit, we're going to do Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom, and then go in the shop, because hopefully numpty boy in the front, who's blocking up all the parking, is going to move. He's just sat there. I'm just going to sit and take up an entire 3 parking spaces with a minus and micro, because that's what I do. Oh, hello. Now he's going now. Well done. I mean, so peeved if I'd got out the car quickly and like... As I was going in the shop, he'd driven off and I was stuck, not really properly parked or anything. There's cars everywhere. It's chaos. Hey, come on, let's do Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom, and then we can go in. Or have kittens about my wing mirrors getting smashed off. Right, Mr. Nellis says things to talk about on your vlog. 2018 World Cup? Is the World Cup on? I didn't know. Richard, really? Is that football? I don't. You're having me on the World Cup. Next you'll be telling me it's in Russia. That would be stupid, wouldn't it? Also, Mr. Nellis is can be a technician possibly in winter to help the librarians put the books in the right order, like I used to put the files, not flies. Just imagine you, Richard, putting... Jeez! Cyclist nearly took my mirror out then. We're getting this done quick, Richard, because my car's been attacked by cyclists and motorists and nutters generally. The files, not flies, in the right order when I used to work at Calderdale Royal Hospital during the late 2000s at Cleckheaton Library. Right, okay. Boris Johnson calling for guts. Right. Whose? And will they give them back afterwards? And won't they miss them? That's a question that raises many questions, Richard, really. Me, as I've been to Percy Shaw on Sunday for lunch, I had a small Lavazza coffee. Very restrained, Richard. You don't be going all hyper having too many coffees. But not only that, I had a Diet Coke to the surprise of you. I am surprised you had a Diet Coke. Have the full fat version, get a bit of sugar in you. Good energy. Is Victor Meldrew, as his health check was cancelled again. His doctor was sick on Tuesday. Oh dear. Tuesday morning. He's also been to Bankfield Museum as a Pen and Magpie trip, which I have seen a shoe exhibition there on Tuesday afternoon. Very exciting, a shoe exhibition. God, there's a bus coming now. I'm panicking, Richard. I'm trying to get through this quick so I can get in. This is the worst shop to stop. Why did I stop at this shop? Oh no, it's going wrong. Ian Blackford expelled during Prime Minister's question as he was ordered a lot by John Barrowcrow, the House of Commons Speaker. 10 me as I have been to whatever Chinese restaurant for tea with my mum in Clecky on Wednesday evening. Lovely. The Chinese, can't be Chinese. Right, I'm going in the shop and then I'll probably... I'll tell you what, actually, no, I'm not going to finish up. I think we'll leave it here because it'll be easier editing for me. And you don't really want to see the next bit. It's boring down there. And we've been going 25 minutes. I mean, no one's going to sit and watch 25 minutes of me waffling on as it is, let alone adding on another 5 or 6 minutes to get home. So, right, have a good weekend. Have a good week next week. Oh, Bob, enjoyed your vlog. Yours was a long vlog, Bob. I know you've got a lot of work coming up at the moment, so good luck with all that. And yeah, I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.